Pac-Man. He exists. How am I supposed to start a video about a small little yellow man that isn't square? Other than Mario, Sonic, Master Chief, and Lara Croft, Pac-Man is one of the most popular video game characters of all time, which will be something that will stay true until the day we all die. Pac-Man over the years had 2 different TV show adaptations, a movie with Adam Sandler, and 3 Christmas specials, with one of them being from the classic Hanna-Barbera cartoon Pac-Man that airs every year on Boomerang for some reason. At this point, no one knows why. Like how they always air that terrible movie about the reindeer and the grandma. Even when I was a kid, I changed the channel because of how boring it was.
Today, after avoiding this special for a decade like it's a plague, which is something I've also been doing, I am finally going to review it to see if it's just as bad as everyone says, or is it secretly an underrated classic or something. Does it deserve to get skipped every year by anything that's on Disney or Nickelodeon, or does it not? Let's find out. Before I talk about this special, first, to understand the context of the special, I feel like I have to go over the show itself so we can get a better understanding of what things are like in the Hanna-Barbera Pac-Man universe.
The 1983 Pac-Man cartoon is pretty much about Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, Pac-Baby, and the ghosts doing random shit, and that's all I gotta say about this cartoon. I thought at first that it was gonna be something like the Flintstones or the Jetsons, but if anything, this is the Hanna-Barbera equivalent of the Cleveland Show. It's kinda interesting, but very forgettable and weird. Seriously, do you remember anything about the Cleveland Show that isn't about these characters? Almost every episode is just Pac-Man and company doing stuff, and the ghosts show up and stuff happens. The show was made in the 80s. It's not like Hanna-Barbera had that much Pac-Man lore to go off of. Hell, the original game is just Pac-Man eating ghosts for no reason. And PacLand, which is probably inspired by this show, is just Pac-Man doing stuff in PacLand because he's Pac-Man. And in the Pac-Man universe, people look like this. Yeah, I don't really like this show. For what it is, it's fine, it's watchable, it's not the worst video game show I've ever seen. It's just a basic ass 80s cartoon with Pac-Man characters and a wizard because it's an 80s cartoon. And that's all I have to say about it. Pretty much what happens in the special Christmas in PacLand. After Pac-Man and his family chomp the ghosts, which would sound weird out of context, Santa's reindeer are scared by the ghost's eyes because they'd never seen a ghost regenerate before. So this causes Santa to crash into PacLand, and because this is PacLand, no one has ever heard of Christmas before, and they have never heard of actual people before. If I had a nickel for every time I had to review a Christmas special with a little yellow cartoon man that's never heard of Christmas, I would have 2 nickels. I know this joke is a bit overused in this niche, but we can't deny that this tends to happen. Pac-Man and Co. take Santa and his reindeer to the Pac family household to rest up, and Santa realizes that his bag of toys were lost in a crash. So Pac-Man and his dog Chomp go to look for Santa's toy bag, while the Pac police officer and some random Pac guy fix Santa's sleigh. Then the ghosts find the bag of toys, and because they're pretty much like children, they play with the toys. And Pac-Man shows up to get the toys back. And because both the Pac people and Ghost Monsters are racist towards each other, the ghosts don't listen to Pac-Man and they just chomp him because beating him up wouldn't be as weird. Fortunately, his Pac dog Chomp takes the toys while Pac-Man is literally being chewed out. And after a week in chewed out Pac-Man and Chomp return home with the toys, Santa is sad because he ran out of time and now Christmas is cancelled. Then they all remember that they're in PacLand, so they go to the Power Pellet Forest to give the reindeer some power pellets so they can continue helping Santa complete his journey. And now Christmas is saved, everyone gets presents, the ghosts turn good, blah 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 blah. This is a whole lot better than Chuck E. Cheese one.
Yeah, this special, it's not good. It's not good. But it's not really the worst one I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it's mid, but why in the hell is this shit overhated? I feel like every time I hear people talk about their least favorite Christmas special, this one gets thrown into the conversation almost every time. I'm looking at you, Watch Mojo. It's basic and bad, but it's not bad enough to be the worst. It's bad as in it's boring and basic. I don't want to show it's a part of. It's not trying to be too annoying. The animation is pretty alright. The voice acting was good enough for an 80s Hanna-Barbera cartoon. The story is weird but fits because it's a Pac-Man cartoon in the 80s. I guess the people who watched the special when they were younger was either bored out of their minds or they just misremembered it being much weirder than it actually was. Because I honestly feel nothing towards the special. Nothing. Not even the feeling of hatred, because this special is, again, basic. I do not have a problem with basic Christmas specials. Some of my favorite ones are a bit basic, but to have interesting characters and a good story, which is something I can't say about this one. The characters here are basic as hell, which isn't really a surprise because it's Pac-Man. Tell me something interesting about this little yellow man that isn't about his appearance and his appetite compared to this little yellow man. Honestly, this is a Christmas special I would only want to watch as background noise. I would literally want to watch any other Hanna-Barbera Christmas special instead of this one. But if you want to watch how mid it is for yourself, unfortunately you have to lose a bit of your dignity.
Yeah, the only way you could watch this special legally here in the US is if you either have the Boomerang app or the Season 2 DVD of the Hanna-Barbera Pac-Man cartoon, which is something I think most normal people would never do.
Yeah, sure, you can say Alberto, what about pirating? Did I say, shut up, do you want Warner Bros to keep canceling shit? Plus, having it on digital retailers or even free on YouTube with ads is a bit better than buying a whole ass DVD set or risking a knock on your door from the FBI. Not everyone has a DVD player, except for gamers who have a Xbox or PlayStation disc consoles. And not everyone wants to buy a DVD player just to watch an obscure Christmas special from a forgotten Hanna-Barbera cartoon based on a video game character from Smash Bros. Ultimate. Plus, it saves you the embarrassment of owning Season 2 of Pac-Man. Unfortunately, that wasn't me. I know the whole Pac-Man show is on digital, and it just racks my brain that this Christmas special isn't on there. You could say that Bandai Namco owning the rights made it a bit of an issue, which doesn't make sense because if that was the case, the whole show wouldn't be on digital. I think Warner Bros. Doesn't want to pay Bandai Namco for the streaming rights because they think that no one would care. It's like they think Hanna-Barbera fans are a joke. It's like they think any other fans are a joke. Hopefully it does get added to stream platforms or digital stores at some point, so there's no longer be an issue, but given that David Zaslav is a douche who hates to pay people, I don't really see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, I didn't want to end this one on a bit of a downer, but unfortunately, that's just the way it is until it gets to streaming. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Pac-Man Christmas special. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Just let me know if you had a better experience watching this than me. Because I am getting tired of everyone calling this one the worst Christmas special to exist, because it is far from it, and it's also not good either. I just hope that someone out there likes it, because it is way too mediocre for someone to hate. Also, thank you to Oshidi Yoshi for suggesting that I talk about the Pac-Man 80s show. Yeah, it was a weird watch, and I hope I pronounced your name right. This has been Roberto, and Merry Christmas, Merry Packmas, and Happy Holidays.